Hey, sports fans, welcome back. I've got a Heroes versus Monsters dual decks here. This is released today. It's not standard legal. It'll have cards in it, mostly from Modern, and I think a few new cards. So forgive me for sparing a few details here. I'm excited about this one because it's basically in the theme of the new set Theros, which will be coming out later this September. So on the back here, we have some text. Monsters worthy of legend have always threatened the civilization of the multiverse. Heroes of many worlds must prove their worth by confronting these immense creatures. These heroes grow stronger with every encounter as they assail threats beyond their imagination. And then down the bottom, more text, which I'll just scroll through here. And then taking a look at the contents, we've got 2 ready-to-play 60-card decks, 2 deck boxes, which is cool, 2 creature tokens with new artwork, strategy insert, and a learn-to-play guide. So, yeah, I guess there are 5 cards from the new Theros set, here we go, and 7 other cards featuring never-before-printed artwork. So we'll go through and take a look at the contents here. These can be picked up for just around $20, a little bit less if you're willing to wait for something to be shipped to you from a online vendor. But, you know, stop by your LGS, pick up something like this. It's pretty cool. The one thing I'd love to see with these would be the inclusion of a deck box that would fit sleeved cards, but they do have, at least for several other dual decks, a Ultra Pro type deck box set that they can go together with, and I don't have that yet. So if and when I get that, I'll show you guys as well. So you have your heroes and your monsters there. This deck box looks like it's a little messed up, but not a big deal. Heroes versus Monsters with the cool logo and spot of the expansion symbol there. Comes nicely packed. The foil rares are loose here. We've got Sun Titan on the hero side and Pulukranos World Eater on the monster side. 2 decks, how to play, and your Heroes versus Monsters insert, which I'm just going to take one moment to open up and look at this. It's more hefty than some of these I've seen in the past, or at least the ones that are included in the intro decks. So basically a write-up here, how to play the deck on the Heroes side, and the entire deck list there, which is cool. And on the back, the Monsters side with the deck list and how to play the deck. So these are meant essentially to be played in and of themselves, but it'd be cool to shake things up and play them versus other dual deck type releases, and also you know, try and get them at least modern standard where you'd be able to play. If not legal standard, we might have something here. So going to Heroes first. The Sun Titan, and I'll zoom in on these, which I don't typically do. Sun Titan's a 6/6 creature. It's a 6-drop with Vigilance, so it pays for itself right there. And then whenever Sun Titan enters a battlefield or attacks, you may return target permanent card with converted mana cost 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield, which is pretty cool. And I don't know what type of order we have here, so we'll just go through as it's as it's displayed, or as it's packaged. There we go. So we've got Summer Wild Vigilante, 1/1 for 1 creature. Figure of Destiny is a 1/1 for 1 again with a lot of extra text here. Tap 1 red or green, red or white, it becomes a 2/2 Kithkin Spirit, which I guess it can do the turn it comes into play, which is cool. A figure, because you don't have to tap it. A Figure of Destiny is a spirit, it becomes a 4/4 Kithkin Spirit Warrior for 3, and then for 6, if a Figure of Destiny is a warrior, it becomes an 8/8 Kithkin Spirit Warrior avatar with flying and first strike. So this is a very utilitarian card. You could use it pretty much for early, mid, or late game play. If you want to save this in your hand until you've got 7 mana, you've got an 8/8 on the field in 2 or more turns. So that's not too bad. Cavalry Pegasus is a 1/1 for 2 with flying, and when it attacks, each attacking human gains flying until end of turn. So I think we'll see some humans in here. We have the human warrior vigilante down there. Fencing Ace, 1/1 for 2, double strike. Thrabian Valiant is a 2/1 for 2 with vigilance. So some vanilla type card, not entirely vanilla, but cards that don't have an entire whole lot of extra abilities. Stun Sniper is a 1/1 for 2, 1 and tap it, and deals 1 damage to target creature. Tap that creature. I have a feeling that tap the creature is probably a better use of the ability than the actual 1 damage. With Royal Assassin kind of not being in the standard legal now. 2 of those. True Fire Paladins, 2/2 for 2, vigilance, and then tap 1 red and 1 white. Gets +2/+0 until end of turn, or gains first strike until end of turn, either or. Auramancer, this is a card from M14, 2/2 for 3. And you can return an enchantment card from your graveyard to your hand, which is cool. And probably important in Theros, especially with gods. Freewind Equinaut is a 2/2 for 3 with flying. And as long as it is enchanted, it has tap to deal 2 damage to target attacking or blocking creature. 2 for there. Annex and Simede, 3-drop, 3/2, first strike, vigilance, and heroic. So that seems like a very worthwhile card there. It is a rare, or it's at least branded as a rare. Armory Guard, 4-drop, 2/5, has vigilance as long as you control a gate. I don't know if we have any gates in here. I'm guessing we do, or else they wouldn't have included that. Gust Cloak Sentinel is a 3/3 for 4. Maybe not read all the text on these. You guys can get the hang of it. Dawnstrike Paladin is a 2/4 for 5. Vigilance Lifelink. Novelists of War is a 5-drop 3/4 with flying. Kamal Pit Fighter with haste. Condemn. A lot of creatures here, and then we have some instants. 1-drop instant, put attacking creature on the bottom of its owner library, and control gains life equal to its toughness. Which is an interesting card. I don't know how much I like it. I mean, you could even find a situation where you might use that for yourself. If you've got a creature with a lot of toughness and you it's going to die from attacking, or they block it, or they have some kind of way of blocking it quickly that you're unaware of, you can bring it back onto the bottom of your library and gain life for it. So that actually could be used on your own creature fairly effectively. Daily Regimen is a 1-drop enchant creature where you can turns into a pumpable creature. Pay No Heed, prevent all damage to a source from your choice. Righteousness, cool card. This is a throwback, I believe, to like Revised. I think there's this same card from way back when. I don't recall seeing it in any recent sets. Stand Firm, 1-drop, target creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Scry. Magma Jet, we know that card. Ordeal of Furfros, 2-drop. I'm guessing that's a Theros card, just because of the Greek type name up top there. Moment of Heroism is a 2-drop instant. Target creature gets +2/+2 against lifelink to end of turn. Undying Rage. Battle Mastery. Griffin Guide. Smite the Monstrous. Miraculous Recovery, excuse me. Winds of Wrath is a 5-drop sorcery where you destroy all creatures that aren't enchanted. They can't be regenerated. It's kind of like a Wrath of God. Pyrokinesis is a 5 or 6-drop instant where you may exile a red card from your hand rather than pay the cost. It deals 4 damage divided, how you choose among creatures and players. So we have Boros Guildgate here from Return to Ravnica. Or Boros was Gatecrash, wasn't it? It's from Gatecrash. New Benalia is a land. Enters the battlefield tapped. When it enters the battlefield, scry 1. Look at the top card of your library. That's cool. 2 of those. So you only have, what, 1 guild gate, right? Or 2? 2 guild gates. So you might think about putting 2 more in there if you want this to be useful with some of your other creatures that take advantage of the guild gates. And land count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 mountain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 plains. And a griffin token. So overall, I like the look of that. I'm trying to figure out which one would be stronger. I guess we'll go into the cards here. Sorry for the noise there. We've got a 5/5 4-drop legendary Hydra creature that when you can tap XX and 1 green, it gets monstrosity for the +1/+1 counters that are in the same quantity as the X's. And then whenever it becomes monstrous, it deals X damage divided as you choose among any number of target creatures your opponents control. So that would be a cool card for, what do you call it? EDH. We've also got here a Orcish Lumberjack. So this is going to be red and green, I believe. Deadly Recluse, very popular card. Kavu Predator is a 2-drop 2/2 with trample. Whenever opponent gains life, put that many +1/+1 counters. So that's cool if you know someone's playing life gain. There's not a lot of them, and I don't think there's any life gain in the Heroes deck, but interesting nonetheless. We've got Satyr Hedonist, which is a 2/1 2-drop, and you tap it, add 3 reds to your mana pool, and sacrifice it. Zertod Druid, Blood Ogre, 2/2 for 3, Bloodthirst for a strike. 2 of those. Troll Ascetic, 3-drop 3/2 with Hexproof, which we don't see as much of anymore, but still like to see it. Regenerate. Crown Ceratok is a 4/3 4-drop trample. If it has +1/+1 counters on it, it has trample. If other creatures you have, rather. Gorehorn Minotaurs. Just going to zoom out a little bit here. Oop, there we go. Bloodthirst 2, 3/3 for 5. 2 of those. Gore Clan Savage is a 5-drop 2/3. Yeah, I'm going to be uploading some more videos in the next couple of days. I actually owe you guys a unboxing of the Divine versus Demonic dual decks for hitting 50 subscribers. Last check we had 49, so I'm going to go ahead and get that ready the next day or so. So I appreciate every subscription you guys give me. Tell your friends. Happy to converse with you in the comment section below. And I appreciate every like you're able to give it to me as well. This is a 5-drop 6/6 with trample. And whenever it deals 6 or more damage to an opponent, destroy target land that player controls. So that's pretty strong for a 5-drop. Deus of Calamity. Conquering Manticore, 6-drop 5/5 with flying. Gain control of target creature and opponent controls until end of turn when this comes into the battlefield. Untap that creature, it gains haste. Again, very strong, big creatures here. So we've got a very speedy, fast white and red deck and some big, hunking creatures here. So if you get past turn 4 or 5 as the monster deck, I think you're looking pretty good here. Skargan Firebird, 3/3 for 5, Bloodthirst, and then tap 3 reds. Return it from your graveyard to your hand. Activate this ability only if an opponent was dealt damage this turn. Valley Rennet, or Rannet, is a 6-drop 6/3 with Mountain Cycling, which I'm not familiar with, and Forest Cycling for 2. Discard this card, search your library for a mountain or forest card. Okay, I'm familiar with it now. Reveal it and put it into your hand, then shuffle your library. So some mana fixing here in the form of a creature. Kind of late game, though, for that. Crowskin Tusker is a 7-drop, 6/5 with Cycling. When you cycle, you may search your library for a basic land card, reveal that card, and put it into your hand, then shuffle your library. Skargan Skybreaker is a 7-drop 3/3 with Bloodthirst 3, and then you tap 1 and it. or sacrifice it rather. It deals damage equal to its power to target creature or player, which is effective with a Bloodthirst. Seems a little overpriced though. We've got a Shower of Sparks here. 1-drop instant, deals 1 damage to target creature and 1 damage to target player. 2 for 1 kind of deal. Prey Upon's a 1-drop sorcery where you target creature control fights target creature you don't control. Not a big fan of fighting cards, but in the form of the 2 decks here, it's probably relevant. You know, it's relevant flavor-wise and play style with the small creatures and large creatures. It certainly makes sense to me. Pyroclasm's a 2-drop. Deals 2 damage to each creature. Great EDH card. Regrowth is a 2-drop sorcery. Return target card from your graveyard to your hand. That works for any card for 2. That's pretty strong. Terrifying Presence, 2-drop instant. Prevent all damage by creatures other than target creature this turn, which is cool. Use that after they declare blockers, I guess. Destructive Revelry is a 2-drop instant where target destroy target artifact or enchantment. Enchantment removal is very important, and there's not a heck of a lot of it. Actually, there's some, but exiling artifacts is what's really important because the guys are indestructible. There's only, I think, 2 cards that deal with that are going to be in standard legal, and they're costly. Dragon Blood. 3-drop, and this wouldn't work to kill a god, obviously, because it says destroy. Dragon Blood's a 3-drop artifact. Tap 3 in it, put +1/+1 counter on target creature. It seems fair, I guess. Maybe it was 1 less to cast. I think I'd like it more. Volt Charge is a 3-drop. Deals 3 damage to target creature or player. Proliferate. You choose any number of permanents and or players with counters on them and give them each another counter of a kind already there. 1 more of those. Beast Within is a 3-drop destroy target permanent instant. Its controller puts a 3/3 green beast creature token onto the battlefield. That's cool. Fires Yavimaya, excuse me. I'm familiar with that too because Yavimaya's been in other sets as well. It's a 3-drop enchantment. Creatures you control have haste, which is great to have, especially with some of those bigger ones, right? Don't let your opponent get the chance to destroy them. Sacrifice this card. Target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. I wonder if that resolves before the haste does. So if you sacrifice this attack, if the creature just brought out, I'd be interested to hear the rulings on that card. Kazandu Refuge is a land. You tap it to add green or red to your mana pool, but it enters the battlefield taps, and when it enters the battlefield, you gain 1 life, so it's fairly strong. Of course, you have to wait to untap it. Llanowar Reborn is another card that enters the battlefield tapped. Add 1 green to your mana pool. Graft 1. This land entered the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield, you may move a +1/+1 counter from this land onto it. Interesting. I wonder if you can add more +1/+1 counters to a land. I guess the other card in there said that you could add more counters to cards, but I don't know about adding +1/+1s to a land. Interested to know how that works as well. Got 2 of those. And a Skarg the Rage Pits. Add 1 generic mana to your mana pool. Tap 1 green, 1 red. And tap it, target creature gets +1/+1 and gains trample instead of turn. So you see the theme here. It's very heavy on big creatures and bulking those creatures up, and at the same time having a few enchantments to support what you're doing too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, 10. 10 mountain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11 forest. So just kind of the opposite of the white and the red over there. I guess there's 10 red and 11 white over there. And a beast creature token, 3/3. So overall, I think it's a pretty cool dual deck. They've kind of been not getting a lot of support. You know, you you buy one for $20, and the Swarm versus Tybalt never really went any higher than that in value. But this one, I don't know. I think there's some pretty strong cards in here. I think it depends on how popular some of those rares from Theros are going to be. But I appreciate you guys watching. Like I said before, please hit like, comment below, and subscribe. I'll be opening up a Divine versus Demonic dual deck, which I mentioned earlier, and a few other things in the short term, so stay tuned. Thanks a lot for watching.